Is there really a British princess buried in a graveyard in Northern Ireland? If you saw the first part of this video, you'll know that there's a mysterious grave in Ballywillin Old Churchyard near Portrush, and it's claimed it belongs to Dorothea Ross, the illegitimate offspring of the English King James II, conceived while James was en route to the Siege of Derry in 1689. That's the legend, but a closer look at the evidence raises some questions. Now today, it's no longer possible to read the inscription on the headstone. The harsh north coast elements had weathered the text by the 1860s. But a couple of transcriptions from the 1800s do exist, and according to them, the text on the headstone read as follows: "Here lieth the interred body of Mrs. Dorothea Ross, wife of Mr. John Ross of the town of Coleraine, merchant, who departed her mortal life the 11th day of December, Anno Domini 1713, in the 42nd year of her age." Now, you might have done the maths already, but if Dorothea was actually 42 in 1713 when she died, that means that she was conceived around 1670 or 1671 and would have been closer to the age of 18 at the time that James was passing through. It is of course possible that Dorothea was conceived elsewhere and then later moved to Ireland. But is it also possible that Dorothea was in fact the young girl that James II slept with and was the mother to his illegitimate child rather than his illegitimate offspring? Now, what is undeniable is that the headstone covering the grave is exceptionally ornate and would have been costly to produce. Tradition says that Queen Anne was responsible for the headstone, but there is no surviving records to confirm either this or anything else about Dorothea's life. There is nothing to confirm her marriage to John Ross, or where he is buried, or whether there were any children. The accounts of the 1800s note that the right side of the headstone has a shield, and there are several depictions of fleur-de-lis flowers, and several roses, and a half-lion rampant under the right side of the shield itself. A recent correspondence from the College of Arms in London, published on niarchive.org, confirms that the coat of arms does indeed seem to indicate, on the left side, someone from the family by the name of Ross, and on the right side, someone from the family Stuart, but also notes that the fleur-de-lis, while associated with royalty, are sometimes used in other contexts. And while the heraldic imagery itself is compatible with the idea of Dorothea Ross being the illegitimate daughter of King James, it doesn't confirm any royal connection either. So what do you think? Does this grave indeed hold the remains of an overlooked illegitimate daughter of King James II? And if not, why is the grave so ornate? Who did pay for it? And just who was Dorothea Ross really? If you ask me what I think, in my experience, most local traditions are based around some sort of truth. Facts that have got muddied up with time and repetition. Without Dorothea's remains being dug up and DNA tested, and that's very unlikely, we'll never know for certain. But it's not impossible that there is some truth to this story. I'm Robert J. Simpson. Like and follow me for more weird and wonderful places, stories, and local histories.